Most retirees think the hardest part is saving, but what if I told you the real danger begins after you stop working? You followed every rule, hit every milestone, yet something still feels off. That nagging fear in your gut. It's not just nerves, it's a warning, because even the most well-prepared retirees can quietly struggle in retirement. And often the reason is how much they saved, it's how they're withdrawing it. Today I'm going to show you why most retirees unknowingly sabotage their retirement with outdated withdrawal strategies, and exactly what you can do instead to retire earlier, with more confidence, and with more freedom. For those who don't know me, I'm Kurt Soupy. I'm a CPA and retirement planner. For over 25 years, I've helped thousands of individuals and couples transition into retirement. Not based on guesswork, but on real strategy. Because the truth is, retirement isn't just a financial milestone, it's a lifestyle decision. It's not just about having enough saved, it's about being able to spend it, enjoy it, and live with confidence, without second guessing every purchase or watching the market like a hawk. Retirement should feel like freedom, not a trap you're afraid to open. And if your withdrawal strategy doesn't match your life, it just doesn't work. So stay with me. In the next few minutes, we're going to unpack the most common mistakes retirees make, why it keeps them stuck, how it drains their confidence, and most importantly, how to fix it with a framework that fits your life. If you've ever asked yourself, how do I turn my savings into income I can actually live on? This is your next step. Book a free retirement readiness call with our team. You'll talk to one of our advisors who will help you understand how your lifestyle, asset, and goals impact your withdrawal strategy. Click on the first link below to book your call. It's free and it could save you years of uncertainty. Now let's get back into it. Most retirees don't fail because they haven't saved enough. They fail because they don't know how to spend their savings. That fear of running out causes people to delay retirement, to live more conservatively than they need to, or to follow outdated rules that were never designed for their specific situation. Let's talk about one of the most common traps, the 4% rule. It sounds simple. Withdraw 4% each year and your money should last. But here's the problem. It assumes everything stays stable. Market, expenses, inflation, and your health. And that's just not how the real retirement works. In reality, you get inflation, rising healthcare costs, tax surprises, family curveballs that blow up your budget. And instead of enjoying the early active years, retirees get stuck watching their accounts and second guessing every purchase. They delay joy, not because they can't afford it, but because no one gave them a plan they could actually trust. It's also a confidence killer, because when you're not sure whether your withdrawals will last, you live in fear of one bad year undoing everything you worked for. This is known as sequence of returns risk, and it can devastate even a solid plan if you're withdrawing during a downturn early in retirement. Traditional expense planning is outdated. Budgeting line by line and replacing 80% of your income doesn't reflect your real life anymore, especially not with today's inflation, medical costs, and lifestyle changes that happen throughout a 30-year retirement. Let's look at another major mistake: drawing from the wrong accounts at the wrong time. Too many retirees start by withdrawing from their IRA or 401k just because it's the easiest option. But when the market dips and they keep withdrawing, they're locking in losses they could have recovered over time. Imagine pulling income from an account that's down 20, 30%. You're not just taking income, you're depleting future gains. That's a loss you never can recover from. And it can shorten the life of your portfolio dramatically. We see this all the time. Retirees selling investments in a downturn just to cover their bills. That's why we recommend building what we call a retirement buffer. It's a cash reserve or conservative short-term bucket that gives you 12 to 24 months of income during market volatility. So you don't have to sell at a loss, and you give your investments time to recover while protecting your plan. This buffer gives you flexibility, breathing room, and the confidence to ride out downturns without panic selling. Now let's talk about taxes. One of the most overlooked and costly areas of retirement planning. Most retirees default to drawing from their pre-tax accounts first because it feels natural or convenient. But what they don't realize is that doing so can push them into higher tax brackets faster than expected. We've seen retirees pay tens of thousands more in taxes over time just because their withdrawals weren't coordinated properly. And then there's IRMA, The Medicare surcharge that hits you when your income crosses a threshold. We've seen people trigger significantly higher Medicare premiums just because they took one large withdrawal at the wrong time. A smarter approach? We use lifetime tax planning. This means coordinating Roth conversions, managing taxable Social Security, and staying below key thresholds like IRMA and RMD spikes. There are people who never realized their required minimum distributions at age 73 could double their tax bill. Planning early gives you options later, and it can reduce your total lifetime tax burden significantly. That's where the CFG retirement roadmap comes in. We don't start with spreadsheets, we start with your life. We ask, what do you actually need to live on? What are your fixed costs? What are your dreams? What do you want life to look like in 5, 10, or 20 years? And how do your finances support that? Do you plan to downsize, move closer to family, leave a legacy, or make charitable gifts? Once we understand that, we build your income floor. Social Security, pensions, annuities, your predictable base income. Then we look at what's left and build a strategy to fill the gap with the most tax-efficient withdrawals possible. To do that, we use our Live, Give, Owe, Grow framework. Live. What do you need to enjoy your lifestyle and stay independent? Give. Do you want to support family, faith, or philanthropy? Owe. What do you owe in taxes, debt, or Medicare surcharges? And then grow. What part of your portfolio do you want to grow for the future or leave as a legacy? This framework gives you clarity, and clarity gives you confidence. Let me give you a few real-world examples. Linda was 64 and saved $1.5 million, but she was paralyzed by fear. She didn't want to retire because she didn't know if she'd run out of money. She wasn't spending or living, she was stuck in what-if mode. We built a personalized plan that showed her how much she could spend, where to draw from, and how to handle market volatility. We ran it through real-life scenarios, down markets, long-term care needs, inflation spikes, so she could see how the plan held up. 9 months later, she retired, and now she spends half the year living on the beach. Another couple, James and Elena, were terrified of triggering taxes and higher Medicare premiums. They had plenty saved, but no clear strategy. We walked them through partial Roth conversions, structured distributions, and how to stay under IRMA thresholds. That one planning shift saved them over $125,000 in taxes and gave them the confidence to finally take the trip of a lifetime. This is what real retirement planning looks like. It's not about beating the market. It's not about aligning your money with your life. And you don't have to do it alone. Book your free retirement readiness call with our team. We'll walk you through your numbers, your lifestyle, your tax picture, and help you build a strategy that fits you. Click on the link below to schedule now. It's free, and it could save you years of stress, guesswork, and regret. Remember, your money is only as useful as your ability to use it with confidence. That's what this process is really about. Taking the worry off your shoulders so you can focus on what matters: family, freedom, and the life you've earned. Because retirement confidence doesn't come from more spreadsheets. It comes from knowing your money is working for the life you actually want. Thanks for watching. I'm Kurt Soupy, and I'll see you in the next video.